I lyrical
Master.
Clear bodies who make on you. I can't ask Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And he's a no money. And I know. And he love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. So she walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed. What a way to welcome you. Well, folks, good evening again. Good evening. Yeah, it's not easy, but God is there. Good evening, and let me use the time to say that Thursday evening, the 6th of the what? Of the second month in the year 2025. Well, welcome to the Thursday edition of the Sktv show, and for a matter of fact, we're going to be here up to 8 o'clock on tonight, but at 7 we're going to go for our news break as usual. Bring you the 15 minutes of news bulletin, and that will run up to 7:15 tonight, and at 7:15 we continue with the Sktv show up to 8 o'clock. On this platform, yeah, where we have all of our people on this platform. For us, we don't hold people to say, don't say this, as long as you are Liberians, how long you have the issues in heart or in mind, how long you are sticking straight to the issue of personality, or personal issues, or maybe confrontations or stuff. Yes, indeed, we gave you the right, we gave you the opportunity for you to go on. So again, first, let's share the show. I'm sending the link out to my team member. So as we go along, please, let's share the show, share, like, and comment. That's the best thing to do. And also many things happening that you want to talk about, or even that you want to be informed about. We will inform you as some of the information come about. In fact, don't mind. Yeah, man, you say you go on the internet, nothing can say you say the other one say. But anyway, we move forward. So Mark will be joining us very, very soon. Let me see. Mona will be joining us. Lawrence also will be joining us. And Mr. Connor also will be joining us here. And if possible, my good friend and brother, Steve Bole, better say Mose will be joining us also on this platform. This Thursday edition of the Sktv show. So again, don't mind I've been fighting, but thank God at least the voice is not coming, coming out gradually. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but sometimes this thing happen. Some kind of thing can just be waiting somewhere so that thing can spark up before it show a juice. In the heat, Yeah, in the heat. Don't mind also now that you be seeing sometimes you see our physical morphology and yeah to our woman, the way the heat can be treating our skin, the heat can be too much until our woman. So they can be easy. The heat, then when you sleep, no way you wake up like somebody just waste what that the kind of life now found ourselves in people. But again, we moved. Yeah, we moved. They say you old, but you're not cool. I don't know. Let me say good evening to Asata Odosim. Thank you so much for watching, and Regina we've seen. Also, yes, indeed, thank you so much. She closely following us from Hole Hanover, which on the corner. No, I think this time around is rescue corner. So when you follow us, say maybe I'm following you from my rescue corner. Uh-huh. So indeed, folks, today is Thursday. Please let's share the show. Like, comment, and share. Yeah, let me see who already joined us. All right, good. So Mr. Connor is already here. No time to waste. And for him, say, wasting no time. All that. That's what I got. But Mr. Connor, I know you are maybe preparing. But if you're ready, I want to say good evening to you and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Sktv show.
Yeah, Mabel, can you hear me?
I'm getting you loud and clear. Maybe except maybe for maybe another thing, but I'm getting you.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, as always, I want to say a big thank you to you, to Mom, to Steve, and the entire network of Truth FM, and also our colleagues from other radio stations, the radio former from Bomai, Lower Bon County, also radio Top FM in Fredu, Ranjide County. Hopefully they will be joining us soon. Yeah, but maybe I'm excited about the game made by SKTV in terms of our reach, in terms of the excitement created for the future of Liberia through our initiative. And I'm overly confident that the Liberian people are really, really, really ready for change. Change that will change the dynamics of our politics in Liberia. So it is exciting, and I must give it up to you and the entire crew of SKTV, and even more so to our supporters, well-wishers, and those that continue to support us financially. So maybe yesterday, while we were talking, one of the ladies who always support SKTV, we did not announce any money. We did not ask for any contribution, or out of her will. See, somebody sent us $60. I didn't even know about it because I was not actually anticipating anything. So right after the show, I saw it. So I want to take this time to say a big thank you to her and to everybody that have continued to actually support SKTV. We are grateful. And your support for SKTV is needed. We needed it before, but now, today, we even need it more because the expansion of SKTV is real. The Liberian people are actually geared up. They are upbeat and they want to be a part of the change that we all can believe in, that can set, the stage for a better and a brighter Liberia. So I'm here. I may not be as active as I will be because of my work, but I'm here to be a part of the show, and I will be following. I may not be on camera, but I can tell you I will definitely be here and be part of the show today.
Wonderful. And Mr. Connor, let me also use this time to say thanks to our supporter. Every little thing you give, it is indeed important because, mind you, you may not know how well that you are supporting the media, especially the SKTV show, and that's one of the best things to do. So again, let me say thanks to our supporters, our team member, for always chipping in with a little income, with a little ending. That's one of the best things. So again, may God bless all of you. So Mr. Kana, yes, indeed, we will be here as usual. We're going to do all of the talking, and I know you'll be chipping in because you will be watching at the back and also. But again, thank you for always being part and for the encouragement and for everything. But I know before you go, Muna already okay, Muna, they are setting up. Is there any other maybe political happening that you've been observing throughout the day, maybe in Liberia?
Actually, I want to briefly talk about something that we have been following. Yesterday I made mention of the United States, mentioning the new president, Donald Trump. When I said that Donald Trump was doing well, America was on the right trajectory, everything was good, I was just being sarcastic. Things are not going in the right direction as we speak. So yesterday, those who are supporting Donald Trump, who supported him, who voted for him, believe he's doing the right thing. But, the belief in this country is that Republicans' ideology is to scale down the government when it comes to the number of people who serve in government. And Donald Trump is actually working towards that. But they are not taking a lot of things into account. The ripple effect of some of the actions that they are taking. So yesterday we learned that the USAID that we were talking about, the Liberians were all talking about in Liberia. Mm-hmm. Some people welcome the idea, believing that it may help reduce some of the corruption practices in Liberia. Some people are, supporting the idea based on political expediency, thinking that it may limit the current government's access to a lot of money, since in fact they all engage in corruption. However, it will interest you to know that the USAID was created since JFK time.
I think 1960, 1960s.
Yeah, in the 60s. So the USAID is it was the United States government arms or agency that was responsible for all the help and support the U.S. been giving to the outside world. But then for us in Africa, we are going to get in a crop, like a drip in the bucket or a drip in the ocean. So yesterday we found out that the United States farmers were benefiting about $2 billion, not million, billion with a B, $2 billion a year from USAID based on some of the things that they are farming. Mm-hmm. USAID buy from them and help other countries around the world, especially food. So, in America here, pretty much the country is divided by blue state and red state. Blue state being considered as Democrat, red state being considered as Republican. So one of the red state senators complained yesterday on behalf of the farmers of Kansas. Kansas is deep blue, state. And they are the one that can vote for any Republican regardless. They don't care about who you are. Even if you put animal there, so not that Republican will vote for it. Just as when you put, if you put chicken there, California and New York will vote for that Democrat regardless. So the country is like that. So to see Republican senator complaining about shutting down the USAID, how they're going to impact their people, their farmers. A lot of people are shocked about that. People thought it would they're going to just affect, people from outside of America who have been benefiting from what, USAID was doing over the years. So now, just by yesterday, Melbourne, it was reported about 51,900 and change, almost 52,000 jobs was lost on the soil here in America yesterday, just because of that, shutting down the USAID. So, and Donald Trump's also pronouncement about United States his intention to own and control Gaza is also getting some ripple effects around the world, because it's hard to act alone in these kinds of environments. But when he did it without consultation, without acquiescence of other important actors around the region, now they're getting some ripple effects. So that's about the war in the United States. But for Liberia, we are heading to a very, very serious trouble. We have a lot of reports. Maybe down the line, during the week, we might talk about some of those things, maybe this weekend. But when the corruption is getting out of hand, whether it's NOCA, whether it's the Ministry of Finance, whether it's Ministry of State and Presidential Affairs, we have a lot of reports of scandals upon scandal from the Joseph Nyumakaboka government. As a result, Liberia now has gotten the attention of the United States Treasury Department. Whether it's those who are involved, in the corruption from the legislature, whether ministries, Liberian government officials has gotten enough attention of the United States, and there will be sanctions that could even be way more than what George Weah government experienced. Imagine maybe we are just in the second year, the beginning of the second year of the government, and the whole country is engulfed with corruption and bad governance, unlawful behavior, abuse of power, not respecting the rule of law. So we are in this for a very long haul, and I hope Joseph Boakai government will see reason to start to change things around. Other than that, I can tell you, before the end of the second year of Joseph Boakai government, they will be very unpopular for the Liberian people, more than George Weah government did for 4 years. But we'll get more detail, in the coming days. We'll give you some specificity about all those things. But it is important to note that Joseph Boakai government is not proceeding well. Those who are in power right now, who are actually at the receiving end of all those corrupt money, they may be celebrating, they may be dancing, they may be, feeling that they are living the best of life. But down the line, it could get sour, and some of them will, really, really regret everything they are doing right now because they are getting the attention of the world, the international community, and the United States.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Kane. I know that you will still say more because you will always be in and out on the show this evening. But again, let me welcome our team. Monk is already here, and Muna there from Zwedru, Grand County. They are also Muna is here also, and Lauren will be joining us also on the show. So, Monk, let me say a pleasant good evening and welcome.
What's up, Midpoint? What's up to the listening crew, the listening audience from the US and around the world, Liberia more specifically. Another day, we are here. This SKTV. We are here to do business. I can see my girl Mona, she all smile. I always happy when I see Mona on the show. Because when you got female on the show, I tired hearing some Seku and Steve and Midpoint,
Yeah,
all the
man.
men. We got to hear some female. You know why I love listening to female? Midpoint. Let me tell you my secret about women, right? Women got certain talent, certain
Okay.
inborn tendency when it comes to projecting into the future, and they can trust their feelings into stuff, right? They use their gut instinct most of the time. As men, we are mostly logical. We want to do calculation before we can make decisions. That's why when you are going somewhere, your wife tells you, maybe I don't have a good feeling about where you are going. Don't go, because most of the time they will be right. So they see things from a different angle. They analyze things from a different angle. So when you get a or let's just say mixed reaction, or when you get input from females, sometimes it just changes the narrative and you see things from a whole different angle. Because the way how you myself will see things, that's not how they will interpret that same issue that you myself are looking at. So I love hearing from women. Most of the time when women call on the show from back home, when you open the line, I'll be like, okay, yeah, let's hear from the women because men, we see it from a whole different perspective. That's why I love hearing from women. That's what you know. That's my secret sauce. I
I
take
like that.
direction from women.
That's
All
good,
right,
my
bro. Go
mom.
ahead.
Actually, they always make everywhere, whenever there are maybe programs and anytime when we take women with you on occasions, they make it grand, they make it beautiful, they make it colorful, and they make it
So,
good. So again, Muna, let me say good evening and how's Redru?
good evening, Melbourne. Good evening to all our listeners, supporters, followers as well. It's where you is relatively calm as I speak. Yeah, we are good.
All right, so just give us updates and you're already there. Then we go back to Monk to give us his own observation on national and international politics or happening. But go ahead.
Yeah, the crunchy there about this time. The team and talking today, the players, the entire technical staff, they all arrived today this morning, and they receive a rousing welcome here from the citizens in county. They went at the Golden Bridge to receive the players and that of the technical staff as well. They were so happy. Despite we lost the cup, but we reached the final. So happy they receive a rousing welcome today when they enter Grand County.
Wonderful. That's good, Mona.
Yeah.
Thank you for that update. Mark, so I hear you when it comes to national and international happening.
The reason I think you sent me something this morning. I think it was like
Mm-hmm.
4 a.m. about some little expose that somebody wrote about the impact the USAID we have on Liberia, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I pay close attention to the politics here, like I said, I listened to Sekou not too long ago. That's why I love about American politics. American politics that you are watching a sporting match and you bring two coaches to the field with different kind of a tactic, even though they're trying to achieve the same thing, but the model in which they can execute their party's platform. That's how the country works. That's how the country operate. We don't look at individual. We don't look at race. And when we're making decisions, we make decision on policy and ideology. Let me just give you a rundown about the USAID, right? What is happening in America? They are not shutting down USAID. When Trump became president, Trump said he want to bring something about accountability because Washington, D.C. is a swamp, that there are a bunch of career criminals over there that they cover up for each other. So he will be doing like a accountability or review of all the federal programs. And the USAID was founded in 1961. The idea of USAID was to promote America's interests around the world, most especially our ally when it comes to pushing a foreign policy. But over the past 30 years, something been happening. Career bureaucrats have been milking the system. That's why I gave you some of the example, because they are carrying on an extensive or investigation, accountability. So it's temporarily short for only 90 days, just to make sure that the money that are intended for this program are going to who they're supposed to go to, right? That's the whole idea. Ain't mean that it's shutting the USAID, but not how the media is portraying it, because for them, everything is about politics. Nobody is shutting down any program. They are only reviewing the program, the beneficiary, and if the US is benefiting from the program that she's putting money behind. So that is what happened. The Dutch office said, we will start with USAID. Matter of fact, we'll go to the Department of Education. Matter of fact, we'll go to the Treasury Department and the DOD, the Department of Defense, because there are people that work in the federal government that are receiving contract. You cannot be a federal employee and be winning contract in the same federal government. That's corruption. That's money laundering. So we review every government institution to make sure that the money. I give you an example. I sent you a video about Ukraine. We send 177 billion to Ukraine, and Ukraine cannot even give account of 100 billion. 58% is unaccounted for. I told you about Haiti. They sent 4 billion to Haiti, but Haiti only received 2%. Imagine, Melbourne, I'm sending you $100 because you experienced earthquake. Your whole country is damaged. The economy was in shambles, and you only got 2% out of $100. It means you only received $2. $98 left in Washington, D.C. So, you know what happened yesterday, Melbourne? Elon Musk is saying that the USAID is just the tip of the iceberg. They is not even our target, because our target is the Treasury Department. You know what? Because at the Treasury Department, that's where you see all the receipts. That's where you see all the names. That's where you see all the transactions. So we can get to know who this money is going to, the individual, the organization, what they stand for, what they do. And you know what happened yesterday? A federal judge. Look, this country, they got under corruption, bro. A federal judge he issued an injunction so that Elon Musk cannot have access to the Treasury Department transactional record. And 90% of the money that goes to the USAID comes from the Treasury Department. So it's almost like Melbourne. I'm telling you to come to my house to come and order me. Yeah, you know what happened to the mop-up exercise, right? When the money got missing, when Labra hired the Crows, the company they call Crows, to come do an investigation or forensic audit. Yeah, but the finance ministry and the central bank, they refuse to give the people the data the people needed to do the investigation. It's the same thing that is happening here. Now, they block Elon Musk from having access to the Treasury payment system because they know that where 90% of the payment was made. A federal judge, they used him to block it yesterday. So my brother, I keep telling you, even though we live in the Western world, we enjoy some of the immunities here, but when it comes to criminality, they are all over the world, and no country is of exception. I just want you to know that. So I understand the point. We will all have our political differences, but for some of us who say we want accountability, we need to let the system to play out so we can know who the real criminals are. But in this country, I can't tell you, it's not about law, it's all about politics. People will give you the total opposite of the reality because that's just how the system is. I just want to give you that point on that. So I'll stop there for now. That's the only thing. So I'm still watching. I won't see
local politics
and the judge ruling because I know. Hey, go ahead, Mabel. Sorry for cutting off.
No, I'm saying local politics. You're talking about international politics. So local happening.
The local politics, for me, you know, we are talking about cuts and reducing government wasteful spending around the world. How Labrador is going to be impacted. And don't forget, we had a rule or I think under the Madam Secretary administration that when you work in the executive branch and you want to compete for office, you should resign from your position like a year earlier, right? And I was just thinking about something, and Chairman Yato had a same discussion that people who are already sitting lawmakers, they are contesting for the seat. And we're talking about accountability. We are talking about cutting down waste. We are talking about saving the country money, right? To invest the money back into the people. Let me give you an example like a guy like Koga. Koga is already a sitting lawmaker, right? And he's about to contest a representative, right? And when he wins that election, what happened to that, bro? We're going to spend another $1 million plus to refill his seat, right?
Yeah, from by-election, not by-election.
Okay, yeah. Can you imagine in the time where we are talking about cutting down waste and spending, in the time where we're talking about investing back into the people, we are at square one. That's why I think it will make sense for us to implement that same law that say you should resign from your position because it's almost like they got nothing to lose. You already are setting lawmakers, so even if you contest in another election, that will cause the taxpayer to spend money like, bro, even if you end up losing that election, you know what? You got a safety net because you can go back and reclaim your seat. But if they will be or resigning from that position, then I think it will make sense, because you cannot keep punishing us, my brother, when we're talking about accountability, when we're talking about cutting down waste and reducing the size of government. You cannot be spending more money. So for me, I don't get it, my brother, but that's Liberia for you. But anyway, let's go to other stories. I just wanted to
Yeah,
make
thank
that point,
you.
and that's the thing. It's all about idea. Nothing here is personal, you know. Yeah.
Wonderful. I like that, Mark. I don't know what Muna. Muna, you want to chip in maybe on another story that maybe that caught your attention today?
Yeah, it's just about what I'm saying about the by-election in Nima County. Because when it's important that when talk about push resign before contesting a position. Now, Samakoga is make already. Now, if he wins the by-election, there'll be another by-election, and we don't have money. We don't have money for crying all around here, and then no money. Now, if that happens, then another by-election, that money spending coming again. So I think that we should really look into that. Once you already see the lawmaker and thing, bring that law in, you got to resign from your position before contesting a position you want to. And that would be best. Then someone that already sitting lawmaker already, then they are going to contest this by-election. If he wins, there another by-election again. Then where the money coming from? We don't have money. We don't have money. Yeah. We don't have money. We're creating for ourselves.
Thank you, Muna. Thank you. Yeah. So, folks, we just want to use the opportunity to say, yes, indeed, we want to welcome our colleague, our brother, Steve, who been away for a little time because of his bereavement. Yes, indeed, some of you are aware, and if you just hearing the news, well, sometime in this month, last month, yes, indeed, Steve lost his mom, and everything have been so tough for him, but now he's back with us. And Steve, let me use this time to say, my brother, good evening and welcome.
Thank you, Melbourne. Well, I want to use this time to say thanks to all of you. Mona, it's good to see you. Mon, what's up, man?
Thank you.
Man, I'm doing great, bro. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, I'd like to use this opportunity to say many thanks to everyone, Liberians from all walks of life. Thank you for standing with me. Thank you for your prayers, your support, your contributions, any way, shape, or form. I say many thanks to you. I'm sorry I've not returned some of your calls, or I've not been able to answer you or return your text messages, Facebook messages. I will do so in due season, but I want to say many thanks. Learn a lot in these times. I'm doing well, thank God. I'm adapting, I'm coping. Like many people have said to me who've lost their parents, especially mothers, they've said, there's not a remedy, basically. You never get over it. You just live daily, and that's truth. You do. Melbourne is right. It was sometimes early last month. When I say early, I mean very early. The beginning of January, first week, my mother passed away. She, in Liberia. It's been a great time. Feels good. Thanks to all of you for your continued support. Some of you keep calling and checking up here and there. To Monk, I want to say thank you. Monk and I, we go a long way. I want to say thanks to his support.
Don't make people mad. When I tell them to so go a long way, be looking like
Monk is always on my back. Hitting me up, cheering me up. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to in these times you connect with people in a different way. It's different. It is different. I'm glad to be alive. I want to say many thanks again to all of you. Thank you so much for your love, your support. I felt it. To Melbourne. Melbourne has always, he even reached out to the family back home. He's been doing his thing. I want to say thanks to Melbourne. Thank you, Melbourne. On this joining called life. We make new friends. We make new relations. We connect. And new relationships will develop. Thank you. To Sekou Kane, you know, you know, it's sometimes he can do something that can just shock me. Sekou Kane for I think a week or almost two took off. Didn't go to work, didn't go to business, didn't do anything. He was always hanging out with me, went to the house here with me, you know, chilling, you know. A lot of things we did in these times. I want to say thanks to him openly for his support, for his love, and for everything. I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful to be alive. It's a good thing to be alive. You know, you get to appreciate life when things like these hit you. You get to cherish the moment. You know, to those of you who have your parents around, enjoy the time, enjoy the moment, cherish them as much as you can, make memories, do things. If they've done anything to hurt you, I encourage you to forgive them and move on because you never know. You never know. I really do. To those of you, the children, you know, make peace with your parents as much as you can. Be at peace. Do what you can for them while they're alive, you know. So that being said, I want to say thanks to everyone. You know, I'm working my way back gradually. I wouldn't say I'm fully back yet, but I'm working my way back gradually. Milborn and the rest of the team. I want to say thanks for holding it.
Man, I miss it socially, man. Yeah. You know, Mark always said, man, when I wait for Steve, you know that Steve know how to put some on his social.
Yeah, all the social scientist ideas. Then we're not going to talk about that.
Steve, my man, sorry about yesterday. I got to know that whole issue, my man. Maybe when you play me cold, that you assess that. You know, I can be in the back there trying to face things around here, but nothing like that. Yesterday I got to know that. My man, sorry, man. Nothing. The man, you know, the man just lost for me. I said, what's going on? Yeah. When I drive so much on it, I get no response. What's going on with it? Yeah, my man, sorry, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
You know, it's interesting also, I want to make this last point. Interesting also, you know, I said thanks to Sekou, you know, huge support, huge love shown me during this time from Sekou. You know, it's very interesting how people can make sacrifices and do things sometimes that you don't even expect. I really appreciate him. You know, I want to make sure I do that openly. I'm not the guy who normally will show feelings or emotions or whatever it is. That's just my nature, right? Everybody's different. But I really do appreciate him. I want to also appreciate, you know, some of the politicians in Liberia who reached out to me, whether directly or through a third party or whatever not. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's the right thing to do. Some of you, we've disagreed with you openly. You found ways to reach out in these times. You know, in Liberia, we can say that 2 times people can reconcile when people born child or children, and when people, you know, when people lost, when people die, basically. And the 2 times we can use to reconcile, connect with people. I want to say thanks to all of you. It's a good thing. I feel the love. I appreciate it. I want to say thanks to, you know, relatives, those of you who are listening, some friends, you know, thank you so much. I've got lots of calls, messages, overwhelming love and support. Some people I didn't even know. I didn't even know follow the show. To be quite honest, I was shocked. I was very shocked, Monk. You know, they reached out soon as the announcement came on, you know, to the community here in Arizona. They've reached out. Some of them are still planning to come and visit up until today. I'm appreciative. You know, I have a lot of friends who came over. A lot of people came and hang out. You know, it's a good time. I appreciate everything. But again, we got to move on with life. A lot of things. I've been following the social, the political arena. I just been watching y'all on this thing, being quiet. I see a lot of noise in the town. From a political standpoint, socially too, a lot of noise in the town. Almost all of the things we project.
Right?
Too much noise in town. Locally, international, just noise. Donald Trump to King, just scatter the whole thing, press check out, voting, everything funny, you know. But also, real note, I think Sktv on here, all of us here, we should feel proud of ourselves. And for those of you who stood for what is right, Don't feel ashamed. It's time for you to lift up your heads. For those of you who refuse to support the Unity Party and you predicted this would have happened, it's time for you to woman up and man up, and stand up and be excited. Maybe tell your children that you stood up for what is right. You predicted some of these things and they happened. No, let me tell you something. This is one of the times I feel proud to be alive. I feel vindicated. SKTV feels vindicated. And, history will judge us. History will judge all of us. But before history can judge all of us, the truth of the matter is we said these things. And I came with a good news for all of you guys. It will get worse.
Oh.
It will get worse. You don't see nothing yet. You have not seen anything yet. And Jesus is not going to save you. Muhammad will not save you. No medicine man will save you. You will live with the choices and the decisions you've made. You will live with it. You will live with it. No, and in fact, I even like the fact that Donald Trump came, and Donald Trump is ensuring that the people become responsible to some extent. So guess what? We're in good times. Let me tell you something. It will get worse. It will get worse. Does that mean any shape or form means that we should revert to George Weah? If you choose to revert to George Weah, if you choose to go and elect George Weah again, you will be doing it at your own detriment in the life of your children and your future. Yes. Yes, it will get worse. If you go back again to George Weah, it will get worse than what it is today. If you think this is a joke, go try it. We told you if you go back to Unity Party, it will get worse. You said we didn't know what we were talking. Joseph Boakai was popular. Joseph Boakai will rescue you. Joseph Boakai will save your life and save the lives of your children. And that's what you told us. And that's why you told us. Crazy. There's something wrong with us. And that's why you told us. Today we are proving right. And we are telling you now, if you think Joseph Boakai is messing this thing up, try George Weah for a second time and see. Try George Weah. Let me tell you something. Let me say this to you. Sometimes people don't like for us to say the way we say, but we say the way we say. We stand for what we stand for. We will be unbending. We will not change. We will stand for the truth. It's hard for people to agree to the truth. We will stand for it. Go select your side. Go be acting like a chameleon. One minute you won't be doing what is right. Another minute you won't be skipping to go do what is wrong. Another minute you won't go on the side for popularity. Guess what? Do what you want to do. That your name on you, that your man name on you, that your pa name on you, that your family name behind you, that the name is sport, and our name on SKTV. We will say the truth yet. You now want to go to your place where you can get 500 million people watching you, where they can fool you, deceive you to go and do what is wrong. Then you'll come back again and you'll cry. Then you'll suffer. Then you'll make noise. Go there. You'll go there because that's what you love. You don't like the truth. You don't like us because we say the truth. You don't appreciate people that can stand up and say the truth. We will not change. We are unbending. Especially for some of us. If you think some of us are going to come and say, you know why? I can get those people who are bent on doing what is wrong and encouraging to do what is wrong. Talking about, the country is faced with challenge. Liberia is not faced with no challenge. Liberia is faced with a bunch of criminals, rogues, thieves, and people who are not serious. People who want to eat your future, make you look useless. People who are enjoying and satisfying themselves. People who are securing their children in the future. That's what Liberia is faced with. Liberia is faced with no challenges. Anytime you hear them say Liberia is faced with challenges, they don't want to tell you Liberia is faced with a bunch of criminals, rogues, and thieves. They don't want to tell you that. They will tell you Liberia is faced with challenges so that it can make it low layer. That's not a big challenge. What a big challenge here for somebody to be lavishing the money. That is no challenge. Liberia is not faced with challenge. Liberia is faced with criminals. And guess what? We must call it as it is. And guess what? I am back. I'm back fully. Well,
wow. You said you are adjusting and you come out. It come out this fire. I don't know when you really come full time. What will happen, bro?
Relax, bro. We'll bounce back.
and in fact, most may saying that are just coming, but then in fact they may even giving us some of the breaking news, some of the things that will be happening ahead of us, But again, my brother, that's a contract. But I move now. I want us to chip in a little bit on the LEC issues, where 85% cut from 50 megawatts, to 7.5 megawatts, according to the CRE, that is the company of Avruin Electricity or Electricity, that their power supply on purchase agreement has requested an emergency loan or sorry low reduction of 85% due to production challenges or challenge and critical maintenance activities. What this means to all of us as people, Steve, Mark, Mr. Kane, and the rest of the team?
I don't know about the rest, but for me, I just follow that. Go ahead, a second.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
we hear you.
Mr. Kane, we're getting you.
Okay, thank you so much. Maybe first, before I answer your question, I want to talk about Steve a little bit. Steve, I want to say thank you. Whatever you are saying or heard from us, that's what you deserve. You deserve everything we did, and we'll continue to be there with you and for you and the family as much as we can. I know the entire SKTV family, they are with you. And I can thank enough our friends, followers, and well-wishers that reached out to us in that difficult time. We really, really appreciate them. So, going back to politics, Steve talked about how it's going to get worse, how things going to look like. If you don't know that, then you don't have eyes to see, or you don't have ear to hear. Right now, I saw something the other day that I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. When I listened to Eugene Fangon, the Usanyima Bwakai government is filled with a lot of lunatics. Not all of them, but there are a lot of them in our government. There are some good people who decided to, trail their integrity and everything for chicken change, for a short-term, power. But majority of them are people with no hair on their shoulder. The reason is very big. It is simple. When they are lying to the Liberian people, they expect you to believe them. When they are lying to the Liberian people, they expect that Liberian people will never discover their lies and deceptions. But then when they lie today, that's the worst thing about being a liar. Liar very quick to forget. Because when they lie to you today, the next day, they will come with something else, forgetting about what they said yesterday. Or thinking that you have forgotten also. That's the problem. So Juju Fagon said a lot of things. But what Juju Fagon said the last time, Stanton, this is the reason why you are going against Joseph Nyima Boakai. And then he went to say, Stanton, you remember, you must say you used to go to Pennsylvania to go to that woman that used to give you 3,000 views. Hey man, that's the man supposed to be the director. That man is so petty. There's no sense of orientation. Stanton Witherspoon, that was the reason why you got appointed with Joseph Nyima Boakai. The thing is, it's not that I'm in sympathy with Stanton, but I know very well the Stanton, the Joseph Nyima Boakai, the Henry Costa, and all the other irresponsible guys that knew very well that Joseph Nyima Boakai was not up to the task, that knew that Joseph Nyima Boakai has nothing to offer to Liberia. He has innovation whatsoever, but yet they gave Liberian people Joseph Nyima Boakai. At the end of the day now, those who are not benefiting or who have some limited access to Joseph Nyima Boakai now, all of a sudden, they have become advocates. All of a sudden, they are standing for the rule of law. All of a sudden, they're standing up for Liberia, knowing the fact that this guy was not up to the task. You decided to mortgage the future of our children to this guy, that you want people to take it seriously. So the Limbaga government will got worse to agree with Steve, because they didn't start with any plan for Liberia. Everything was about themselves, and it's going to be like that until the end of their 6-year term. So I 100% agree with Steve. I just wanted to say that.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. So, Mark, I think you can go on now and chip on the question I will ask about the megawatts reduction from 50 megawatts to 7.5. What are you sensing?
Well, maybe I didn't follow that story religiously to say I got all the details in that story, and I don't like to weigh on things though I don't have all the facts. But my understanding was they are trying to create this picture from from what I saw from the little exchange, like the USAID cut is going to impact the supply of electricity as well. So they are calling for emergency funding. They are raising the alarm so people can focus. And they said their boss was giving the annual Mayor of the Year award, and somebody said, "But this guy just been here for the past 3 months, so how can you give me, I don't know, CEO of the year or whatsoever?" So I didn't really get all the details, but it just tells you the kind of a state we find ourselves in when it comes to Liberia. And Steve said it right. It will get worse than what you think it is right now, because the kind of a change that is coming or that is happening on a global scale, Liberia is not ready to transition. That's why other countries been transition a long time. Yesterday, the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim, the young guy, I don't know, 35 or 36 years old, he said it's a shame and a disgrace to African leaders who are complaining. I was like, this was the same message that the late Thomas Sankara more than 30 plus years ago told us about, that we should start getting to a place of independence. You cannot claim that you're breaking away from the colonial master, and every day you keep looking to the same colonial master. Remember, there was a video that I sent you, a short clip, and there was a reason I sent you that video, because it reminded me of the yellow machine. Burkina Faso is landlocked, so all their product comes through Ghana, through the port of Tema, and they got to use roads to get their equipment or whatsoever. So anything that will be going to Burkina Faso, it passes through Ghana. So this guy from Ghana, he was just driving randomly, and he decided to, or film or video this set of equipment that were going to Burkina Faso, and he was really impressed. That's why I told you, when the Burkina B president went to Ghana, to Mahama.
The video.
Yes, the feeling you get when your president is actually the best of the best. Well, take a look at this. These vehicles are moving from Ghana through to Burkina Faso. Yes, you heard me right. The military leader, that is Ibrahim Traore, is moving all these vehicles to Burkina Faso. These combined harvesters, tipper trucks, whatever. We're actually just going to Bolga, and then we found a horde of these vehicles traveling to Burkina Faso. Just imagine you have these kind of leaders all over Africa. You can imagine the kind of progress we will make as Africans. Just look at these. We actually drove, and then we get to a part where you feel like, oh, this is the end, and before you realize there's an extension of the vehicles. These vehicles are countless. They are so countless, and I just want to say a big shout out to Ibrahim Traore, and then the people of Burkina Faso. They've got a lovely president. We love him all over Africa, and he's actually doing his best. I actually wish and hope that even if an election is held in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore would get the opportunity to stand to be elected as president, and the good people of Burkina Faso would do the needful and choose him. Just imagine, look at the number of tipper trucks all over. You can't. I think the other time we found a horde of this machinery for his tomato factory he was putting up, and this time round is just a horde of vehicles, tipper trucks, whatever. Thank you. Shout outs to Africa.
Yeah, so Mark, go ahead.
I think more left. Let me bring him back.
Okay.
Yeah, Mon, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back. You can hear me? I'm hearing you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mon,
I
you
was
there?
just trying to reinforce the point that Steve. Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I was just trying to reinforce the point that Steve made that when you go to election, there are consequences, and they got people in our country that are not serious. And he said something profound. He said, we always make the argument that, oh, we got fundamental challenges. No, it's just to create like a protection for the one that's in power now by saying, okay, because when you have fundamental challenges, mean the problem came from other presidents. So it's not the president in power, it's not their fault. That's exactly what we'll be doing. And he said it right. Like I said, the typical example is that the reason I played that video because it reminded me of the yellow machine. Remember, think about a young president in his mid-30s that trying to industrialize his country, that is getting his country out of debt. They don't even have a seaport. They are a landlocked country. It means that anything they receive, it must pass through Ghana. But look at the kind of a progress they are making in 2.5 years. And yet, you got a man that been in government for more than 4 decades. He didn't even know where to start his own agenda. And people will come and give excuses. I just give you that example because the same thing happening with your lawmakers when it comes to certain lawmakers trying to run for office again. And when we're talking about cut and wasteful spending, can you imagine that this man was able to pay his country debt? Can you imagine that, Mabel? Because, like I said, the one reason, if I'm reading any literature in Africa, there are a few leaders that are local for her too. Thomas Sankara happened to be one of them because he himself, I think Sankara became president at the age of 33. A young man with no foreign or Western education, just a man who could transform a country, looking at what people needed in his country at the time. In the 80s, and we live in the 21st century with all the resources, with all the information, yet the people who you claim that's supposed to do better, they come to power, they have no vision. And that's exactly what you saw that was. So when I saw that clip, I said, yeah, this is the yellow machine. For our yellow machine, just the procurement process, it ain't hala hala. Talk about men who just bringing equipment to another country to go to his country to bring about industrialization and development and a job. Because at the end of the day, you create jobs from factories. Everything you use, maybe in your daily life, they come from factory. That's why manufacturing is the number one anywhere in the world. Even in America, it was manufacturing, the industrial Midwest, that built this great society because that's where the manufacturing era, that's where it lies. And in Liberia, we don't have that. So at the end of the day, the government is the only solution. But I was just trying to reinforce Steve's point. That's why I sent you that video. I'll stop right there.
So Melbourne, I know we
yeah.
I know you gotta go for the break, but let me say this before the radio break. Let me say this really quick. Shamefully, Joseph Boaga sent Sarah Beslow Yanti to go and meet Ibrahim Traoré. Joseph Boaga can burn Ibrahim Traoré maybe 2 or 3 different times. Sarah Beslow can burn Ibrahim Traoré. And they've all been in governments and they've all worked in government shamefully and disgracefully. I will say this again. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your background is. I don't care where you come from. Liberia is not faced with no challenge. Just stop this talking point. This is a talking point that they develop in order to distract you. Liberia is not faced with no challenge. Liberia is faced with criminals. People who are trained, groomed to steal. That's what Liberia is faced with. And we must call it for what it is. The sooner we start saying these things clearly and start pointing out, the better we'll be. We must not sit on the platform and say, no, the challenges are enormous. There is no challenges that is enormous in Liberia. The last thing I want to say is this. To tell you that we don't have our priority in the right place, to tell you that George Weah and CDC can never be the remedy or can never solve Liberia's problem or even attempt to fix it. They're passing around with George Weah signing Jesse 25 years ago that he became world best. How does that benefit us? The Jesse that he goes sign, it on behalf of Liberia, he signed it for Liberia. You know, when we say these things, people think we're angry or we're mad or something wrong, or no, we're not. Look, when you start to make this kind of thing, it make it look like you are not serious. You haven't even learned. I see United Party doing the same thing to the Liberian people. Common electricity, your government can maintain it. Electricity that's supposed to help in the hospitals, that's supposed to help when people give birth. But go check in your Lorraine house, generator beating. Go check in Kun house, generator beating. They are living safely. Why? Pregnant women going to the hospital, there is no light for them to even care for them. You see where some of us can come from, we talk the way we talk. You see how we can speak the way we speak? Because we don't subscribe to those foolishness. The basic thing you're supposed to do for your people, you are not doing it. You're running around looking for a way to gather money to steal. You say that and develop strategy. You know, the thing that can help me in the lab business is this. How do you know that when you steal from your... Who told you say when you steal from your people, it makes you smart? Who told you that? Who told you are wise when you steal from your people, you steal from your country? Who told you that? You can't even sustain or maintain the electricity in the country. You can't even do that. Electricity. You can't sustain it, you can't maintain it. This is sickening. This is sad. Where are you going? We're talking about 2025. We stay discussing electricity problem. We're going to Aracos. Aracos say you owe us. You ain't pay us to maintain electricity problem. You go and 3 weeks, you build thick fencing around the new guy that they brought in. Only because you want for them to like him. You build thick fencing around him. Only to find out that he can't even do the job.
So Steve, it looks like Melbourne went for the news bulletin.
Yeah.
But I just want to, so I want you to make sure that you take care of the show while Steve Melbourne is away. One day you can come back because we might lose control, so especially the network. Sometimes my brother will be on, so you can maintain control until Melbourne can come back. That'd be great. So, Steve, you said something. I agree with you 100%, but I have a different way of looking at it. When you say there's no fundamental challenges in the country, I believe there are fundamental challenges in the country, but we just misplace the challenges. We misdirect our attention as to where those challenges exist. The challenges in Liberia are the Liberian politicians, and that's fundamental. They've been like that forever. They are the problem. They are the challenges Liberia is faced with. Liberia is not faced with any extraordinary challenges from anywhere else. Our fundamental problems are our leaders, so-called leaders, for ages. Liberia's major problem is lack of leadership. Lack of leadership, lack of a patriot that really loves his or her country beyond their own pocket, beyond their own family, beyond their own, personal income in the bank account. Those are the challenges we are facing. People that we entrust with the leadership, people we entrust with power, people that we entrust with our money, with the resources of our country, are the major and fundamental challenges that the country is faced with. Until we can understand and change or address those challenges by making sure we elect the right people, we support the right policy, we enlighten ourselves, open our eyes, where in the world there was a war in Liberia, there was war in Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is the one that giving us electricity to the extent that we even owe them, we can't pay them. I never heard about issue of electricity or water in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone close to us right there. They have the address system. All the buildings in Freetown are marked. You can send letter, they will go deliver it to your house. Liberia is older than all those countries. There's no mail system. Up to now, we still have 1,000 Liberia, 1,000 Morovia. The stupidest thing I ever seen in my life. No address system, nothing whatsoever. You're wasting the money. You say you are educated, but you have no innovative mind to develop the country, to change things from the way we saw it since 1847. Everything the same. When you're really your boast with education, you got this degree, you got that degree, but nothing to show for it. Your degree is worthless if it cannot change your life. If it cannot change the life of other people, your degree is useless if it cannot impact the life of the people that you pretend to serve. So yes, Steve, I agree with you. We have no fundamental challenges that are natural. No, we have man-made challenges, and those challenges we have are the people that we trust to be our leaders. They are the problems, and they are the challenges Liberia has. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Monk, anything you like to add up?
Yeah, I think Sekou said it right. But for me, I got a whole different approach when you say the whole idea about the challenges facing the country. My understanding from what you're trying to say, Steve, is we are not saying that Liberia don't have some fundamental challenges, but the whole idea that we're going to make it like a team is almost like a pretext for not identifying or fixing the problem. Because when you create this perception that, oh, we got fundamental challenges, that the country never had infrastructure, we never had up to standard electrical grid, then it means the people that you're putting in power, they just want to kick the can down the road so they can take responsibility. Because as far as I'm concerned, every country in this world got some challenges, but they keep addressing the challenges incrementally. Every president comes, they leave a mark. Look at what happened in Ghana. I always make reference to Ghana. Every president want to come and undo or do better than the president or before them. In the case of Liberia, we are in total retrogression mode. Everybody that will come end up being worse than the one that was before. So when you talk about challenges, that would be my understanding and interpretation that yes, and Sekou said it right. We are not the only country that went through civil crisis. The last time I checked, people Congo or the Angola, almost 30 years. They whole excuse that every single thing should come down. Oh, we went through war. No, we are not no country that even the great US, France, England, everybody went through some kind of political or civil uprising in that country. So the thing here is, when people say challenges, I think it's just a pretext to ignore the problem facing the country so they can be held accountable. Because someone will say, okay, yeah, the reason Joseph Boga couldn't do it because Georgia was there too, he didn't do it, so why not? So we're supposed to accept the failure of Liberia as a norm, that because we have these challenges, so nobody is there to fix the problem. I think that's my understanding. I don't know what you meant, but that's how we interpret it when you say fundamental challenges. That's how I see it.
Monk, most definitely so. And you know the part that's even interesting. Let me say this: there are some things that are fundamental. There are some things that human beings need. Look. Let me be honest. I'm not here to discuss politics. I'm here to discuss reality. I'm here to talk truth. I'm not here to talk, oh, Joseph Boga win election and the other opponent get 7%, Joe I get 14-15%. I'm not interested in that. That's not important to me. What's important to me is if the basic needs of our people cannot be met, the basic needs, the thing that the people need. Look, don't get me wrong. At my age, based on my experience and what I know in life, I know for a fact that no government will be perfect. It's not possible. Human beings say it's not possible. But what I'm saying is, again, levels that you can reach that, then it not reach to the we don't care, to hell with your place now. And that's where I think the leaders that we've had have brought the Liberian people. That's where my concern is. Basic electricity, that country is already hot like hell. Everybody not even get current in their house. The current, the one I have, it used to go, it can go for 4 hours. It come out for 2 hours. It go for another 4 hours. I know what I'm talking about. I've experienced it in Liberia. So for us to get to the point where the Liberian government cannot even ensure, this is from worse to ridiculous. This is, you jumping from the fire pan or the fire pan to the fire or the frying pan to the fire or whatever. That's what it is. It's not even getting better. That's what we are talking about. This is some serious issue. If you go to the hospital the other time, on the scene station from Grand there, it was reported that people were using torch lights in the hospitals for pregnant women to give birth and other things. And you take the electricity from the people? You really, really serious? You care about your people? You care about human beings? This is what we are talking about. That these people don't care. When you go to their homes, generators are beating. They make sure they put a budget in a way that they will take their money out and they don't care about you. You heard them talking about you said taking away the money. The small one that you're supposed to maintain and sustain our people with. You're coming and saying, do you know what that means? You know how many people about to be affected? You know how many people say in the cold water, but because of this, to be able to maintain a family. People that don't care about government at all, that's selling the cold water to be able to maintain a family and sustain themselves. Do you know how many of them will not be able to make the water cold to sell? Do you know what that means? And when we come here and talk, some of you think that we're talking politics. You think I would care less about political people. I care less about the political offices. But I care more about how we treat our people. Because that's the most important things. These people, some of them broke relationships, some of them broke connections to elect you. You can't come there and take this thing away from them. You can't come there and treat them like this. So many people that all they depend on to get a little freezer here and there, freeze things and be able to sell. And you know, so how do you do this kind of thing to your people? How do you do this? So this is some of us, this is where we get frustrated. This is absolutely wrong. It's inhumane. That's not how you treat your people. You're stealing, buying BB cars for yourselves. Every day that someone is stealing drama coming from this government. Similar thing we saw with CDC. Great. Y'all can carry all your stealing title. But the bare minimum things though, electricity and safe drinking water, you can make it happen for your people. Come on. Somebody's going to be selling the cold water or freezing the late thing or the cool or the juice just to be able to sell to get someone $100, $500 to buy bread or be able to talk to that school to pay the children's school fee because some of them got nobody in America to help them or out of the country. Some of them are themselves, some of them single mothers. So these are the things that we're talking about. We're not talking about your political thing and who want power, who don't want power. No, I don't care about your political power thing. So I mean, this is where we are. You know, this is where we are. This is the situation.
Mr. Kane?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, after the show, I think we need to talk because people have started reaching out to me. You know, the information you flagged out yesterday, about 10 influential persons in the district have started reaching out to me and they want to be part of it. So after the show, we need to talk.
Yeah, so what the first thing you do, get all of their phone number.
Okay.
And make sure I'm gonna add you to the group as an administrator. You can also add them, or you can send them to me. But let me add all of them, because before we can give people position, let it be part of the group first. Let it be part of the group. So let it be there, be able to see what's going on there, so they can be a part of it. Then later on, we can talk about the leadership. But let them be part of the group. Make sure if they're interested, let them give you all of their phone numbers. And then you guys can add them to the group, to the WhatsApp group. Then we can take it from there. But yeah, we can also talk after the show. We are going to empower the people. Trust me. We want community leaders, family heads, to be ready to participate in this process. There's no losing in it. It's about Liberia. It's about Liberian people. It's about the future of our children. and their children. So no matter what, you got nothing to lose if you participate in this. You are only making sacrifices for the betterment of Liberia. So yes, indeed, I'm glad that people are following. It's just like we don't want to overburden the people or the entire show with that every day. But if it's, if I have a choice, trust me, every day I will talk about this even that 10 minutes or 5 minutes, because that's the only way, that's the only solution to Liberia's problem, because Liberian people are the only people that are going to change the dynamics of our politics. Other than that, the people who are in leadership, the way looking right now, the status quo is benefiting them, so they don't want to see a change. Like Mom said yesterday, people, everybody can talk about change, but to adopt to change or changes is tough for people. So yes, Lawrence, thank you for that. So Steve, I don't know whether Mona want to say something, or maybe is back. You can hear from Mona also if she has something to say.
Yeah, so Mr. Khaled, 30 seconds, please. Before Mona come on, let me say we're back after the news bulletin. So let me inform all of you and our team. But quickly, while we were away, I'm also getting report with later news coming from the Ministry of Commerce and the Liberia Petroleum Reform or the LPRC that indeed there are another increase in the pump price. So again, that's the latest news that I'm getting. I think almost 5 minutes ago that indeed the gas price now from the usual 705 or 725, now I'm seeing around 790 Liberian dollar or $3.96. That is that up. Yeah.
Wow.
That all that BBT Melbourne reading order. Let me tell all people then so Mona can kind. Money to the gas.
See, there's a new press sitting for petroleum products, fuel oil, and gasoline on the Liberian market effective February 6, 2025. I think that today, okay, yes, good.
They say today they put in some money on the gas money. When you go buy gas, your gas price will increase. So when you used to buy the gas for $720, you might carry $800 this time now. You might carry $700.
And the competition to come and go up.
And that means when you use the ride car from Kakata to Monrovia, they say the car price will increase now. When you carry car pay, your car pay used to be $150. They say you might be carrying $200 or $250 now. You carry $150 on your own, will not put in the car. And don't get there, you go back home. You're not going to do your business in Ducon. Just so you hear it. We're not playing. We are serious about it, and we're increasing everything. When you go to the market now, potato green used to be one bundle for maybe $100. It will go to $150 now. So yeah, when the woman in the market tells you that $150, don't go argue with them. Don't bring noise in the town. We want to rescue. We are rescue, and that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rescue the country. The price will be increased. You not like it at your business. You like it. Jaco Lantern. We're not here for too much doors. That it and that you take. You finish what I want. I get. Muna feeling with. I get a caller here from. I got a chairman here quickly. He want to say something very quick. Muna, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Steve. Like what you were saying, that you see this government give me power rescue thing. I won't fool Liberian people. Rescue. So everybody, all Liberians bow down to that rescue slogan. Rescue Liberia. But you see, Liberia problems, they are Liberian themselves. Liberia problems are Liberian themselves, our own problems. Because we could be fool. We could be fool. When time reaches, people bringing rice to us, maybe they see a horse, the papa horse and things, they burn or zing, then we finish with our parents off. But it's about time we stand up as Liberians to speak with one voice, to see how best the right thing can be done. This government, every day that break, that money business, somebody steal money, corruption, every day that break, they are enjoying. People voted them, they in that house, they are enjoying, the people are suffering. They are not seeking the interest of the citizens involved in the country. They are only seeking their own interest, what they can get, that what they're focusing on. It's about time that Liberians stand up and think, don't be fool again. Don't be fool. We've been treated for long. Nothing has happened. Lack of good governance, transparency, accountability. We are not true to ourselves. We are there to enrich our own self, our families. That's what we are there for. It's about time that Liberians stand up. Stand up to speak with one voice. Come together. Come together. You see what's happening right now? We didn't rescue. As soon as it happened when people in power, when it happened, then we start regretting. Someone as so important there. They will get time to come to you or they will reach to you, but make mistake they enter that place. To see them, you will massacre fast with chicken pee. To see them, you will massacre fast with chicken pee. It's about time that Liberians stand up. Stand up for yourself. Speak of one voice, come together. Not everything will be saying one thing over and over where we shift blames. Our own frustration will put it on people. But all I can say, see a better 20, they able to live it. And that's not force. See a better 20, they able to live it. We can every time, every year, we can go up, we can come down just there. We just there where we shift blames. Everything that breaking this government, that money business. Corruption, so that see money, that person see money, where they are there enjoying themselves, living a good life, riding luxurious cars, they were okay and thing. Because they just feel that once they're okay, when they got money in their pocket, everything is fine. Liberians, stand up. Stand up. It's about time we come out to speak with one voice. We can't keep going beyond every time. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Maybe let me tell you one call. I beg you. One call guy from the chairman, please. Yeah, chairman, go ahead, please. Yeah, we're doing well. Thank you.
Well, my sympathy back to you. They already did raise a very good son, and the struggle continues, like they were saying. But I just wanted to chime in because it's very important that the voices of Liberians be heard. 3 points I want to make very quick. We are our own enemies. We elect leaders, and these leaders don't really care for us. But I have a simple policy. Never give a man the second chance to abuse you. I supported the law. But you know what? There's no way in hell that I will give him a second chance to abuse me. Let me give you a simple example. Point number 1. When Joseph Parker took a whole plane full of officials to Tanzania on an energy conference, they asked him a simple question. There were 35% accessibility in electricity, 1% in the interior. Mm-hmm. What is your plan to expand it, and how will you fund it? And you know, Joseph Walker could not answer that question. Do you think that Joseph Walker will be able to transform Liberia? If the visa for electricity, you can't even say, why we have to read from people that will take the electricity grid? Ivory Coast has almost 5,000 megawatts. Liberia don't even have 35 functioning. We have 65. They say 85, but it don't work. Don't let them lie to you. That's point number 1. Point number 2, we do not learn from our mistakes. Our leaders are also our enemies. The Supreme Steve said to our people that you have not defined how the minority can force the majority to come to work. Do you think that after all this alive with Yaka Kolbar yelling, don't you think the first thing on the agenda should have been for the rule and law order to say that, oh, by the way, we will go back to our bylaws and define how all of the loopholes that the Supreme Court said that we need to go and define. But today, the rule of law have not put nothing on the floor to say, how do you define that? So the mistakes that we made with Fonati is now with the next speaker. They don't care. They brush over it as if there's nothing going wrong. The Supreme Court was very clear. Go and solve your problem. It's a political problem. And the key was, if the majority that does not have the absolute majority to remove the senator, if they refuse to come to work, what happens to the minority? It says you should compel them to come. But how? Don't you think that it should be compellable? It says this is how we compel them to come so that tomorrow we don't have the same problem. And last thing I'm saying, we as people who mean good for this country, we cannot allow somebody who is occupying a position now to run for another office without resigning. the code of conduct stipulate within the code of conduct that if you're executive appointee, in order for you to run for office, you must resign your position 1 year prior to election. Why are we demanding that the people who are in the House and the Senate resign also? Because everything affects them. The reason why we have ministers to resign is because we don't want them to use government property and government influence and be paid to campaign against other people. If you have the Lima election coming up, a guy who has served since 2011 wants to run for senator, he has not resigned. He has not built one single school in Lima County or even health facility. If he wins, what happens? We got to spend another $1 billion to call an election. Why doesn't we have a law that says to even the playing field that every elected officers must resign their position before they run for another position? That way we can have one election. The money we will take to support a second election in Lima County. But we don't have a law now. So the voters must take this into consideration to reject anybody who's in the House that want to be senator. Because for me, that Peter Hunter, we don't have schools. The aid you're depending on to put medicine, USAID has tremendous support to our clinics. They're not going to give it anymore. But we're going to be wasting $2 million to call 2 elections if Koga or anybody who comes to the House wins.
Thank you.
I'm saying to you today that people should reject anybody absent of the law that would not resign and say, my people, we want to save money, let us go. But the young children are in the streets that are trying to campaign for a guy who is now the House rep, wants to be a senator and has not resigned. The whole future is at risk. That's what I wanted to add to this conversation.
Thank you. Milburn, is back to you.
Yes, indeed, Steve, let me say thank you so much, and Mr. Connor, and to all of you. Let me just say 1 or 2 things quickly, then we'll go to the line to interact with our people, or maybe any of you can chip in. But when it comes to the leadership issues, with where all of us we're handling issues to say we want to shift most of the blames on the people. For me, I'm always saying I disagree with that, because the reason is just very simple. You can't blame the struggling people who are already like they are struggling, they have no hope for life. Just see what's happening now, that you have quote unquote a speaker Richard Nambe Kuna who budget. Go and check the budget line. I'm seeing something around $5 million for Honorable Richard Nambe Kuna budget for 2025 if passed, or maybe printed into handbills, right? Now tell me, with all of these things, what do you want the people? Should the people fight? No. So for me, I think Liberia is just about leadership crisis, that with lack of leadership crisis, lack of system. Nobody cares about building a system. Nobody wants to even put Liberia interest first. But all we want today is build yourself, steal from the people, travel abroad, bring your own, maybe your own clique, or maybe your own group of people that you think that you have control over, bring them to, put them into the system, give them fast salaries, and let them get money and get rich. And that's the society that some of us are living today. But again, Steve, we will all welcome and say, okay, our people, oh yeah, that changed. Every time the people stand up in line, want some money. The only change that me I can stand for now is the change that we're fighting for example, to reduce all of the people time in office or offices, tell them how much for them to make, instead of them just deciding on what to do, what they want to do. But when it comes to leadership, let me be frank, Liberia is far beyond, because there's no one incident that I can sit there tell you that when they come, and they're going to change him, except maybe God really change or choose that person, or maybe change that person. But our system here is messed up. To change that system, you got to be strong like Burkina Faso president. That's the only way. You wake up every morning, there's corruption. You wake up every morning, there's other news. Look, like you were saying, my brother, we sleep in darkness. My little daughter now, she's getting used to it. First, she cried for the first 2-3 days. She cried. But after a certain time, now she's getting used, because we have to put either the phone light, either the channel light, either the kind of light. Look, is that the kind of country that we want to live in, that when our children come, they will live in the same country of darkness, no hope, nothing. People work, no salaries, nothing for people to get, my brother. Every time we come, we want to blame the same struggling people. Every time we come, we want to say, yeah, it's the people. No, that blame the leaders. And that hold their feet to the fire. Let them do the right thing for the people. Let me say, Chairman Bede say, 50% salary deduction or maybe salary cut. Yes, because the people are struggling. Now gas price go up. Before tomorrow, transport for the sum of all now, we have to start touching our pockets. So that's it, my brother. It's just quite frustrating. And I can safely tell all of us as people that we have to stand up against these people. Because if Liberia don't stand up and allow the people to do what they are doing, trust me, it is you and I that are going to suffer. It is you and I that are going to bear all of the frustration while these people continue to sleep in peace, eat all of the best of food, go to all of the best of restaurants, and do any other thing they want to do. But at the end of the day, they will come back to you, time for elections. And the Democrats and other people will vote for and against. So that's it. Muna, anything before we go to the line? Or maybe Monk? Okay, Monk saying right in the back. So anything quickly, then we'll go to the line to interact with our people. But for me, it is indeed frustrating. And every time we wake up, either you hear about gasoline price, corruption, people buying 50,000 worth of car, 80,000 worth of car. Look, I just give up on a very serious note. But Monk, go ahead quickly, or Muna, or any of you. So
there was a photo that I sent you one time from a famous cartoonist that showed this picture of you see a bunch of politicians like having a banquet, and they are on the table with all the food, and then the people like slaves, they were tied on the table, and then he said, the caption he put on that picture, he said, all the people need to do is just to stand up. That's all you need to do, stand up. And when he meant stand up, it mean like in the case of Liberia to jump on the street to cause riot or political instability to destroy life and property. He is just saying that you won't accept business as usual. That's why when they say stand up in politics, mean the people, because you are the one giving the power. You were the one that transferred the power to elected officials that they call the social contract. You are the boss, and they are your servant or your clients. So if the people can just stand up, and that's what we're doing on Sktv, and the way how we are moving about and the kind of a momentum we are gaining on this issue, and I like the way how Sekou and other people want to structure it, like the caucus in the back, the big brothers, like we will coordinate, we will do the meetings, but at the end of the day, you guys that on the ground will be the one who all the leadership position will be given to you guys. Because the thing is, we are all Liberian. The only difference is you folks are the one on the front line every day. If there is no electricity, okay, it will not impact me. It will impact me as a Liberian in a different way. But you are the one that will be sleeping in that darkness, whether it's mosquito, whether it's the heat. No, I'm not going through that. So even though it's from the same country, they file the matter on a day-by-day basis. The thing that you go through, I don't go through them. The thing that you go through, Sekou or Steve don't go through them, or how they call her, or Sis Felicia, or all the ladies or the men here that live overseas, whether they are in Europe, whether they are in Canada and other places, they are not the one that on the front line. So when we come here, we take our time to keep preaching, because the chairman and his team over there, they gave us a platform that we think we can use to make an impact. We don't come here because it's all about politics. It's all about the country. And until you stand up, nothing will change. So we'll be looking forward to this. We hope that our people can gravitate to this initiative. There are a lot of big people behind the scenes. There are a lot of people that are reaching out. Like, look at Lauren talking about 10 individuals in his community.
Yeah, and that just
they want to be part. Because whether you play politics or not, the impact is affecting everybody. Whether you are from Liberty Party, whether you are from CDC, whether you are from Unity Party, the thing is we are all carrying the responsibility. You just need to do this thing and play the game from a different angle. That's all we are asking for better Liberia. So Sekou, Steve, and Milbon, even Muna, you couldn't have said anything better. I don't think I need to add anything to it, but the reality is our people. For me, let me tell you what my only hope for Liberia. 2029 for me, based on my age and my experience and what I got planned for the future for myself. If we can get it right in 2029, I will throw in the towel on Liberia when it comes to politics. I would think about transitioning somewhere else. If I'm tired of America, in Africa, somewhere. I can't go beyond. I don't have all the time in this world to come on Sktv to be talking about better Liberia that we can make one or two impact for our generation. No, if we get to 2029 and we can get it right, I'm out of the ring. Trust me. I'm telling you on the
I
show
like
today,
that,
that's my
man.
war. Yep. I don't have all the time
Yes.
in the world. Life is not forever. We got short time on this planet. The most important currency in the world you got to spend is time. So for me, I'm not in my 20s anymore, so I don't have time. If we can get it right 2029, trust me, I'm out of it.
So to my sister Rachel Johnson, I think I like your comment. He said, maybe it is the same struggling of people who keep letting this criminal law. And for me, I keep saying, it is the system that is rotting. Even I can be criminal, right? Maybe I can be bad. Today, what happened right now? You see, some of us we don't know. All we think that some of this system was clean, some of this system was correct. Some of this system we think that by the time they need come out there, for example, now we even hear now, I know IMF do well and what they give, how many million are talking Liberia, in fact, Liberia GDP is growing here and there. Well, that's how the people do these things. But at the end of the day, our people really benefited from some of these things? No. So
Neighbor, can we open the line in Liberia?
yes, and what we're trying not to do. So let me go straight to the line and take calls. 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call to be part of the show. Let me see today's caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm Isa Kamara, joining from Disco.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you've been doing extremely well, especially to you and your panelists on the show. There's the same reason that always I'm talking. Our people, they are not ready for positive transformation. We, the Liberian people, because we always celebrate state looters, criminals. Those guys, they don't dare to help people. They only there for their own benefit. In fact, instead of them, when they put the money in a budget, instead of them putting money that will benefit the people, they will just put small money in a budget. That was sometimes even get fair with the former president. You as a full-body president, that sport for you, give you recognition around the world. They brought you as a president. Then you sit down, they ready to give every money. Almost 40 or 50% of the youth in the country, other people use sport. Other people use sport, they run the Western world at least to employ their citizens. Then you sit down there, you get 150,000 to LFA. That 150,000 when LFA reach all one time the money finish. You've been sporting the city, they just eat money. Our officials are not serious.
All right, thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. Our officials are not serious. Please, 1 minute. Other are also on the line. Go ahead. Hello, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us? Yeah, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the discussion. Everything contribution we should play without pickup. Nobody should play here now. Nobody must play for war. First thing our law makers. Thank you.
All right. To this caller, good evening. Hello, my dear. Go ahead.
My name is Rana Walker.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Maybe I want to talk from your talking point that you don't blame the people. The people do everything that they can do to elect their leader. We vote for rich men, we put in there, they not do nothing. We take poor men, we vote for them, they not do nothing. We bring rescue team, they not bring nothing. We bring we are nothing. So why you are blaming all the adversity that the people must stand up? How must stand up? You go to the house, Ghana, they're going voting. You move all the maybe 75% of the lawmakers who set it down. Go in the Senate, who set up voting down. So now, why do you want what the people to do? I only go and move on here to come vote. I don't know what I've been doing with this, but don't blame the people.
All right, don't blame the people. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Charles Cooper from Coffee Duporo.
Yeah, go ahead, Charlie.
Neighbor, let me just advise us, my brother. Stop being emotional about Liberia issue. You see, neighbor, something I told you, when you have a sober reflection about Liberia, you can do some crazy thing. Our country situation is so frustrating, my brother. So this is last month now.
we learn how to take away our emotions and just discuss the issue. Maybe there are three things that we need to do regularly. One, we need to have a mindset reform. And to have a mindset reform, it takes education, awareness, and sensitization. Some of us have been trying our personal pages, telling Liberian what those factors that they should vote upon. Not because the president from your country, the tribalism, sectionalism, regionalism, these are things we vote on. But these are not quality of leadership. I taught leadership for 3 years as a leadership teacher. So I have had some experience when it comes to the quality of leadership. There was some who don't believe in tribalism and other things. So until we can have a total mindset reform on how we elect leaders in this country, we are going nowhere. The other thing is the constitutional reform. Maybe if we cannot completely rewrite our constitution, our government is structured in a way to perpetually keep the country in poverty. The way our constitution is structured, where like the Yato was saying, where leaders want to run for another position, they do not resign. We have good laws on the book, maybe. Those laws, if they are implemented, maybe we're going to be that. But our country is only better on the book, maybe. Everything about Liberia is only better on the book. They say GDP grow, the economy is vibrant on the economic book, but in reality, it's very weak. Then another thing, maybe we need to get rid of the dependency syndrome, or what I call the slavery mentality. People all go say, oh, America is not doing anything for us, but see, just one action do not try to take on. We cry yell at baby. We just get people up. We say, oh, America is not doing anything for us, but then why is it that we are crying just from one action?
All right, thank you so much, Charles. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if I'll join you from District 6. Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion. Let me say this, my brother. I'll tell you that we are our problem. We are laughing our problem as well. You don't blame the president. We went and we voted these guys, we put in the process at the end of the day, they put down working in the interest of the Liberian. Let me tell you something. There's a new real constitution. We can go and say, so now I got faced in a way that where we got 5 and 7 political party in his own country. That party system where you had to eliminate it. I think we got 2 systems. Let's say we got 2 parties, they'll be okay. Secondly, again, if you look at competition, you cannot hold position and at the same time you go from another position. The funny is like you gotta resign first thing. And second one making a first thing in a way that when you see a salary is fine. When you're making a thousand a month, then you will know that when you go there, you'll be very serious. See what my brother, the whole entire country is that no right at all. Do you imagine? They put doing power sharing. They will say, they say this, that. Well, for sure, brother. Say nothing, our country, brother, is very bad. So what they do is like, we all need to rethink and use our also put the political out. That's the point to my brother.
All right, thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Thank you, Tumete. How have you been?
We look up someone who put in there with suffer. We want you to try to put in the hand of the team over there. I see what power with you.
All right, Tumete. I know you sounding like somebody who is frustrated. Today's caller, good evening. I'm okay. Thank God for life.
You know, when I listen to one of the callers that says, I don't know who really should be trusted, and I think that's a major concern. Even now, as you are on this radio talk show, if you listen to a lot of the people that before they came to power, they said all the good things said about it.
All the platform was out. All the platform.
All what they call it. And it has become now, you know, emo is not like a pure glass that you can look through and see at the end of it. Even though you judge them by their actions and other things, at the end of the day, yes, they want to get there. So it's becoming now an issue of what credibility that like when people are suffering from in order to see who to really put there. And I'm not getting it right. I'm not getting it all of the senses that there are no good people that we can put there. But now, people are not just lacking the trust at the end of the day. If I can look at this person in my community, let me give you a typical example of the council of Tiago Gongo. Everybody is saying, oh yes, this is what this is a very good person. But no, it's not a pure glass, we're going to substitute you. You get there, you you elect him, maybe people who you bring here around, they are now of less money. At the end of the day, we get into another problem. So it's becoming a real problem to the sense. So people have just decided, I think, let us go just before they need the money. Why they want to do it? For me, I'm not even moving to go anywhere. That's the situation of what I'm saying, like you.
Indeed, keep the calls coming. We have probably about 15 more minutes here, a few calls, then we'll cross over to the team. We got to go in time. 0770-203125. That's the number to call right here on the SKTV show this evening. Yes, it is 0770-203125. Call in so that you can also have your say on our discussion. Let me move back to the line and interact. Hello? Hello to this caller. Good evening. I'm okay. Thank God. Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm calling from Kakata and Commies. I just want to say sorry to our brother who lost his mother. Because I've been following the show too.
Thank you.
That's the life to find ourselves in. We will live with it and we'll live with it. When you talk it, the people say you talk back. You see what's happening today with Nigeria? Our brother, then what they every day they advance us. So say what we do. They will continue to advance us. Live that day, do that this because they want for all of us to live better. But then we say we do it that day. So that's it. We inside.
Well, that's it. We inside my that pattern created as someone will say no LEC, then the gas price go up. To this caller, good evening. Hello? Well, this one. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, my dear. Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. My name is James Fokwa, and I'm speaking from Kakata.
Thank you. Go ahead.
The problem of us is us. We have people in the very present government who are sabotaged. They sabotage the administration not to go forward. And then there are people, if government wants to take action against them, like getting them out, we see people will say government is witch hunting. Then the next group is the Constitution. The Constitution, there is a part that says all power is inherent in the people. Why the Constitution does not have the power that the people have? They do not have the power to say, representatives, senators, this is the salary you should make. The Constitution needs a very, very major reform if we have to go forward. And that's the only way we can stand up. But to say to rise against government, no, it is not good.
All right. All right. Thank you. To this caller, good evening. Yes, go ahead. I'm okay. Thank God. Yeah, everybody getting you. Yeah, go ahead, my brother. We're listening, please.
Okay. My name is Eddie Pico from Chicken Soup Party Memorial District. Let me tell Musa Berete, thank you for your good gesture for your people, especially when it comes to your district. I want to tell Musa Berete, thank you. I hope all the law Miko will just follow Musa step. There will be moving our country forward. But maybe as I'm speaking to you, the air so matter glass is dark. So we are watching our people to be very, very careful when you coming home now because no electricity. The city is dark, so matter guy is dark. All the way you come in, I don't know what is going on. Maybe serious help. If we not stand for ourselves in this country, then we finish. It is time for our blood to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. If we not wake up, then I can tell you, it in the garden in America, it in the feeding it. Like you said, that you and myself will feed the pig. We have to stay. They're supposed to come to rescue all. And we ain't done yet.
All right, so this caller will be our last caller. Then, of course, over to the panelist because we got to have a little time on the radio before. Yeah, indeed. Good evening. Go ahead.
I'm actually calling from the community.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Too much talking with them we love people. When no people can make it, don't forget about the politician who get a country to the army people. That's the only way the go power. But when we live with a politician, we're not a politician yet. They are not politicians, they are destroyers. I always say this. When they talk about politicians, Nelson Mandela was a politician. Ram Mugabe was a politician. People who stand for their country. There are people who will just talk. No, nothing. But we didn't know. So,
all right, thank you so much, Manda. So my kid tells me the president Melbourne are really mad that part crazy situation we in. No LEC, but gas price go up. Well, Steve, Mr. Connor, Monk, and the rest of the team will back after listening to Liberian people.
Melbourne, yesterday I sent you some kind of video. When I play it, Monk, when I play it today,
yeah,
we'll probably play that video tomorrow. I sent you some kind of video. But Monk, go ahead. I don't want to say that statement. I don't want to make that statement. Go ahead.
You know, there's my fear. You know, our people, they always find some kind of a way to give excuses. You know, when you are bringing your leader to power, nobody got a crystal ball to tell you what will happen. We are all taking some kind of a risk, but there are certain characteristics or certain attributes that we can see to say, you know, in election, it was May Ramney. I said the May Ramney in election, you're not looking for the Almighty. We are not looking to elect God, but we are looking for the best alternative. That's how you can make choices in election. You weigh the two candidates and see which one you think will give you a better chance of winning. Maybe, and that's my fear, because our people say, yeah, we trust more the one that's supposed to be able to transform the country, but yet they still keep getting the same result. That is my fear when it comes to Liberian politics, because what they are saying technically is we have no fish to fry in it, or we have given up on the country already. But my question is, sometimes when I talk to most of the people with that kind of view, I say maybe this methodology you are using to pick them are not the right method. The people that will transform Liberia, they are not the most popular. They are not the most mainstream. And that's where the problem is. Because the last time I checked, when you are making your selection, you are looking at things like travel land, you are looking at popularity, you are looking at the one that are most corrupt, the one with the record of being a killer, the one that is having the record of being a warlock. So yes, you keep bringing them, but the people who are using and the method you are using to pick them is not what will give you the winning formula. Maybe why not you cannot look out Galata one Gonglo? Why you cannot look out Simon from why you cannot look out comments? Maybe the methodology you are using is why you keep getting these folks, because you are using a whole different checklist. So my thing here is you cannot keep giving that as an excuse, because at the end of the day, we still have to change the system. And the only way you can do that is to go through election. And one thing I was there, every single one of them will call, oh, Chemability changing the way the business is done. Okay, why you cannot go and petition Chemability to be your next senator? If you believe that in recent memory that Chemability is transforming the district, because I know what he's doing on the district level, he will do it on the county level, then you, the citizen of Nema County, or anyone within a particular, or whether you for your congressional district or from the county, why can you go and say what we are seeing from Chemability is something different? You know what? I think we can make him senator, and maybe the entire county will benefit from his gesture. But all the Chemability, but every day I see Koga, all of your way to the Koga. Why Koga has contributed to Nema County that we should elevate him from being a representative to a senator. When you keep calling on this program every day, oh, Chemability, we're hoping for other lawmakers to be Chemability. Okay, if you believe Chemability is giving you results, he need to even say declare his candidate. You go to a district and say, Chemability, we want you for the county. Then I know you will be serious on the national level. That's my take. Or maybe I will stop there. Maybe Steve and the other folks can come in. I'm just making that point because they keep calling. Chemability changing the district. Other lawmakers should follow his footsteps. Okay, if you really want success, then give the job to the president who is giving us the impression of real success. You should go and petition him and say, Chemability, you know what? St. Prince Johnson is there now. We learn our lesson. We're taking it to a different level. We want you to be the godfather for the county. Then I know you are serious for business. Until then, it's nothing but lip service. Not buying that.
Well, I don't know if Sekou wants to go. Sekou can go first. Well, if Sekou is not there, then I can go.
Yeah, yes. Still, I'm here. I really enjoy what Mon just said. And I can tell you, Liberia will get there. It's a matter of time. I think a lot of people are gravitating towards people who are involved in development or developmental agenda, some of whom have accomplished a lot. The only problem with many of the people that have accomplished something and they have been elected is how are they getting their money? Majority of them, they got in government first, stole enough from the government, and then at least they engage in some level of development in their district or in their counties, and they were given the opportunity to serve on different levels. unlike Musa Hassan Belede, he got his money through business. And he invested his money in his district prior to even running to be representatives. And he's going beyond district line, going beyond county lines. But guess what? People are not looking at what he's doing. Some are looking at him from the tribal standpoint, from the religious standpoint. But I agree with 100%. If somebody can do something from a district level, at least with limited resources, for his pocket, I think it's fair to say if that person get the opportunity on the county level or on the national level where you have access to the resources of the country, they can do better for the people. So there's not going to be no Muhammad or Jesus Christ going to come to be leaders in Liberia. People with some level of track record, some semblance of doing things for your people or caring about your people, I think are the people that we should be giving them, the opportunity to showcase what they can do for Liberia. So I just want to say that Musa Belede is one of them. There are other lawmakers that we know they are good, but vast majority of our lawmakers are only there for their pocket, not the people. Thank you, Mabel.
Thank you. Well, folks, let me make this thing simple. Me, I've always told you, me, and I don't want a diplomatic front or whatever it is. The truth about this whole matter here is the government is plagued with rogues, criminals, and thieves. That is just the truth of the matter. A few months ago, the July 26 program, you had the president and other people sitting there clapping when they went and brought somebody who said the United States government is doing nothing, has done nothing for Liberia. You had lawmakers sitting there clapping. President was there. They clapped for that statement. Look, and we came here, we said it was an attack on the United States, our strongest ally. Whether you like it or not, let me tell you today, I think what they taught us in high school, and we'll talk about it in detail maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, that Liberia were colonized by America, that lie. Liberia were colonized by a non-profit organization that was making you all begging Benny. Liberia were colonized by a non-profit organization, that was making Liberia led to depend on people giving their handouts. Let me say again, we'll get the history tomorrow. Liberia were colonized by a non-profit organization that was making begging in our DNA. We let begging business. That was making we can survive with all people getting our handout because we were colonized by ACS, not by America. America not owe nothing. So all that noise that you're making now, Donald Trump just signed an executive order or just post something to it. Guess what? Everybody checking in the town. I thought you said, bro, America was not doing nothing. In fact, I thought you said you're going to turn to China. Any other time you went China again, Eugene Falcone were talking about how China is going to do this, and you're tired of America being export. You're talking a bunch of foolishness that you don't know. Why you're checking that? Folks, at the end of the day, you'll be in darkness. They will increase the gas price. So even if the guy let generator, you will put your gas inside your 1 gallon, you'll not be able to put it inside. Let me tell you something. The government is tightening the screw on your. Let me tell you today. They are tightening the screw on your. Until you can respond to this government. Until you can respond to the government, they will take you to be nothing. They will take you to be joke. That's all I want to say to you. You continue to be there. Jesus coming save you. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. And let me say thank to Mr. Connor and other Monk. I think we are out of time from our end. Yeah, maybe you people want to hold on, and maybe after maybe certain time to go up. But if not, then we can call it a day and come on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. So many things happening, my brother, because our people, the bread and butter issue. I think it will get, like you always saying, that thing will get more difficult. And I think our people, they should tighten their belt because, man, you're moving forward. This is not about hate because most of you always say, "People not let." I will not let government, because the way the government officials are parading with stealing business, the way they are getting rich at our detriment, I will not let them. I will talk against these things, and we all will do. So thank you so much. Good night. Yeah.
Milborn, before you go. And on the show, we told us that Joseph Baga was a crook, a liar, and a criminal. And on the show? And on the show?
Yeah.
We're not change it. We're not changing it. Joseph Baga not show it to you. He's showing it to you. Look, he's showing it to you, and we say on the show that anything Joseph Baga leave can die naturally. It can just die like that. And we here, y'all be on it. Y'all not stand up. Y'all be there. Y'all be waiting. Me, I encourage y'all, please be waiting. Y'all be waiting. Y'all wait for 6 years, yeah? Y'all might wait for 6 years. And the Constitution say, y'all might wait for 6 years before y'all can elect a new person. Y'all be waiting. Y'all not stand up to the government. You're not in darkness. You're coming to the darkness. The next thing they're coming to that, I want to see Mo Ali who not serious for anything passing around where I want to see him talk about the doing water and sewer business. The next thing they're coming to us and they get no money to do water and sewer, then there will be no water. Then we'll know how you see yourself.
But tomorrow I'll be asking you tomorrow about the other IMF, because IMF according to Liberian GDP and so on. Then tomorrow we'll be looking at also the bread and butter. By the way, the bread and butter. But thanks to all of our people.
Yeah,
Steve, it is indeed great interacting with you. After a little while, at least we are grateful. Thank you so much, my brother. Good night from our end.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it before